Sure. I think we want to play Wirewood Herald into Carrion Feeder, hold up Baron Moore. I would really like them to attack. At their end step, I think I want to, oh, it's Gary. Hello, this is, hello and welcome back from Top of the Wall. My name is Mason Up, and I have another deck for you today. This one is technically not an original from me. It is something that I saw somebody else playing. Alexander, he has his own YouTube channel. I highly recommend that you go check that out. He does put up some interesting lists and does do some gameplay videos. It is pretty interesting to see. Highly recommend checking it out. His list was mostly the same as mine, but with some key differences. Like, I cut a few things out and I tried to, upgrade it a little bit to make it kind of the play like how I would like it to play. So, how this deck actually works is you end up playing cards like these Carrion Feeders, or these or this one Seer, and they give you the ability to sacrifice a creature for 0 mana and at instant speed to activate their ability, which is either scry or put a +1/+1 counter on the Carrion Feeder. And what you end up sacrificing is one of these Safehold Elites or one of these Rendclaw Trows. These creatures have persist, so they come back with a -1 counter on them, and then when they come back, Ivy League Denizen shows up, and he's just like, oh, I see that a green creature has entered the battlefield under your control. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. And when a creature with a -1 counter on it has a +1/+1 counter put on it, it cancels each other out. They go right back to having 0 counters on them, meaning that it can be sacrificed again. So you can continuously sacrifice to have them re-enter the battlefield with that negative counter on, put a +1/+1 counter on, resetting the creature, and it keeps going and going and going and going and going until you decide, my 500 Carrion Feeder is big enough. Or my Viscera Seer has found my Carrion Feeder, and now I have a Carrion Feeder that I will then play out and make a bajillion. That, I feel that's enough. I've done what I need to do. And then you attack and win the game. Otherwise, you're playing kind of a Aristocrats style deck. Cards like Putrid Leech are really good and have, like, some good muscle to them. Great activated ability. Along with some other creatures in here that are actually really good sack fodder and actually really good at just being 2-for-1s or having some kind of utility. Like, for instance, part of what holds this deck together is the Wirewood Herald. It's a creature that you can end up sacrificing, or when it dies, you search your library for an elf card, and we have a whole bunch of elves in the deck, like the Elite or the Denizen, or we can get this Eye of Light's Ending, which is a straight-up murder card for 3 mana. That is an elf card, so you can tutor it, or you can get the Sylvan Ranger for some fixing or something, or you can end up, if you feel like you want to get some life gain, and you actually can use this with the combo to gain tons and tons of life. Originally, they had Falconry the Noble, but I didn't like the Noble in the deck because, to me, you don't really need it. It's a big 2/3 flyer, sure, and it does drain your opponent out, and it does finish the game that way. But you also can finish the game with an Essence Warden by just playing the Essence Warden and saying, all right, I gain 500 life. Tron, can you put up 500 damage before you draw out? I'm going to press 6 now. I'm going to let you take it away. Do whatever you want. Can you put up 500 damage before you run out on the clock, or before you just simply draw out? And a lot of times they can't. They literally just don't have the time, or just don't have the cards. They a lot of times will just draw out. So that's what the Essence Warden is for. It's a way to get through the endless fog that is Tron. Otherwise, we do have another elf card here, the Entourage of Tress. The Entourage of Tress. Finally, we got the Monarch in green. It's not just in white and black anymore. It's also in green. I believe the other ones have also been added because they've been put into the I can't remember what that symbol is from. It was some kind of prize thing. Oh, I want to I want to say what it is. It's on the tip of my tongue. It gives you a bunch of card advantage when you're start at like parity with your opponent and they don't have a good evasion or good way to attack you. Playing the Entourage of Tress gives you the monarchy and starts allowing you to take over the game and push through what your opponent is doing with just overwhelming card advantage. Otherwise, we do have a bunch of good removal here. We have some snuff outs. Tragic Slip pairs great with all the sacrifice outlets and all the creatures dying. Echoing Decays for picking off multiples of creatures, getting rid of those tokens. Chainer's Edict for getting rid of things like Boggles and other large creatures that might be difficult to deal with. And we do have card advantage engines besides the Monarchy. We have the Grim Harvest here. These two work really well in this deck. You can choose when you get to have Recovery go off and then choose to pay it and return that card to hand. Read the Bones is a really good 2-for-1, and in a deck where you have a bunch of cards, and a lot of times you only want 1 or 2 of each, and you want a nice spread of different cards, Read the Bones, digging deep into the library, and you get to choose which cards you draw. Kind of really pays off. It's worth the 1 extra mana, I feel. I'm willing to pay the 1 extra to scry 2 instead of just draw 2 with something like Sign in Blood instead. For the sideboard, we got 1 Relic of Progenitus. We have Crypt Rats in here. The Crypt Rats is against the mid-range decks, is pretty great. Against the control decks, Reaping the Graves is really strong. If they go to counter one of your creature spells or bolt one of your creatures at the end of the turn, and you Reaping the Graves in response after you've played a spell on your turn, or you can sequence out some things, so this can be a real 3-for-1 for you. Fairy Macabre is great hate against the graveyards. I can kind of see why you would have this over the Relic in some instances. I prefer the Relic a lot of the time. I'm actually willing to cut one of the Macabres or one of the only Relic. Spider Silk Armor is there against some of the Wrath spells. Like if you're up against Scred Fairies, this can actually be a really important card to have to sneak in there. They might try playing an Electricity against you. I mean, you do have a lot of creatures with 1 power, and these things do decrease in size when they die. So if you don't have the Ivy League Denizen, this Spider Silk Armor really can turn a game around for you. Plus, being able to reach up and block in the air, crush a fairy in your fingers, that seems fine. Weather Storm is for burn, Gleeful Sabotage is for affinity, and Boggles. Okiba? Gang Shinobi? Sure. That's it. We're going with that. These guys are great against control, just sneaking in a quick poke against Tron and getting them to discard 2 cards is really strong. Plus, sometimes you can end up getting in with a second hit with this. So you end up getting rid of like 4 cards for just 1 of yours, and you didn't actually have to spend that much in cards to get rid of it. Plus, there are sometimes a few instances where you'd like to reset one of your persist creatures, perhaps. I'm willing to cut the Relic. I'm willing to cut the 1 Relic. I think these have more synergy with the Grim Harvest, and I'm willing to actually go up maybe a Gleeful Sabotage. I think that we have the green creatures to support the Gleeful Sabotage. If we don't have the Gleeful Sabotage, then I might go up a Weather the Storm, because burn seems like it could be a real problem. We do have the ways to deal with their creatures, but ultimately a couple bolts in the air going over our heads and beating us down before we can beat them down, or combo off or something, that could potentially happen. We do have some Chainer's Edicts already against Affinity and Boggles. These Chainer's Edicts are really good, turns out, against Affinity, because as those games go later, getting to Chainer's Edict a second time and get rid of a real creature with real meat on its bones, like a Mirror Enforcer or that Atog or a Gear Seeker, like these things really do have an impact. So I'll cut the Gleeful Sabotage. I'll go back down that. I'll go up 1 Weather the Storm. We do have an instance of the Essence Warden gaining us life, but they have bolts aplenty. to pick this thing off and not let us get the chance to gain much life off of it. Plus, it's only one life at a time. It's not backbreaking for them to overcome. Otherwise, that is the deck, and I'm not going to get into a league for this one. I'm probably going to try just a couple of practice leagues, just a couple practice games here and there. Try to enjoy this deck. I enjoyed tinkering around with it. You should see his version and how he chose to build his. There are some key differences between ours, and you might actually prefer his over mine. The link for his channel is down below. Actually, the link for his deck is down below, and a link for my Discord is also down below, along with this deck list. Let's get into some gameplay. All right, and we have our first opponent. Oh yeah, and I forgot to bring down my mic. I almost ruined a third recording. Wow. all in a short span of time. Great. I think I want to be more conservative with my creatures. I think I want more interaction than this, but this does seem fine. I'll keep it. I mean, there are worse hands. We really want a little bit of everything. We're not looking... Oh, they mulligan down to 5. Okay. What's going on? Let's see that land. Swamp. Hey. Nice land. I might also have one of those. I think I'll play one of the jungle hollows later. I'd rather have a 2-drop going on. Carrion Feeder. Hey, you're a card. But ooh, if they're mono black control, this Carrion Feeder is just going straight to... I'm just gonna burn that then. Bit of a waste. I'd rather have something like the Safehold Elite and the Wirewood Herald, which would punish them for killing it. It would be kind of a waste. And then play out the Carrion Feeder and be able to sack it in response, make it a little bit too big or something. Yeah, see, they're probably mono black control. All right. We'll play Safehold Elite. We got to read the bones. That's good. We'll pass the turn. MBC, eh? Yeah, little C. Jitter Rats. Sure. Sure. We can get rid of a Jungle Hollow. Doesn't really matter. We untap. Let's attack with our creature. Okay, super. I think I want to play another one out. Or maybe I want to play Wirewood Herald, Carrion Feeder. It gives them a better selection of targets, but maybe having just another Safehold Elite out and a Jungle Hollow is where we want to be at. Yeah, having creatures like this that can trade and stick around. Oh, okay. Phyrexian Rager, sure. I just hope that they don't Gary me out of the game. Just don't have triple Gary. Because that is atrocious, terrible, and bad. All of the bad words. We'll go ahead, get in. What, you got to defile? You got to defile? Oh, they're thinking about it. I don't think that Mono Black Control ever plays Snuff Out. Their life total is too important to them. I'll get in for double attacks. No. Okay. Opponent doesn't care. Sure. I think we want to play Wirewood Herald into Carrion Feeder. Hold up Baron more. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I can't play it. I did play land. I think I played the forest. It just was selected in white, and I was like, what's happening? Wirewood Herald, Carrion Feeder. Or we could read the bones. I'll take a Wirewood Herald. I think I want to block. Carrion Feeder. And then we'll pass the turn like this. This seems fine. What I'd like is I would like to oh yeah, I can't block with Carrion Feeder. Darn it. I'd like them to attack. I would really like them to attack. At their end step, I think I want to oh, it's Gary. It's Gary. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cycle this Baron more. Hope I hit Snuff Out. I don't hit a Snuff Out. Okay, Gary, do your thing. Sure. Okay. At my end step, I think I'm gonna sacrifice this. Go get my Ivy League Denizen. Play the Ivy League Denizen. Sacrifice my persist creatures. Make a bajillion. Yeah. That works. And I really hope I don't screw it up. I don't have a great history with, getting combos right. Ivy League Denizen. Okay. Untap. Okay. We can do this at instant speed, right? So... Hey. How's it going? Do we attack with everything? And then do the combo at instant speed then? I think we do. Keep in mind, I presume I know how the combo works, because he was speaking Portuguese when he explained it. Okay. If he doesn't block the Carrion Feeder, he dies, I think. Okay. No. We'll yield to that. We'll put that on there. Okay. We'll always yield to that. We'll always yield to that. We'll get rid of that. Okay, this goes much faster now. Sacrifice the creature. I really hope Carrion Feeder doesn't let me sacrifice itself to its own ability. That is utter garbage. Okay. Sacrifice that one. Make me a bajillion. Okay. Right. Okay. Don't do it again. I'm warning you. I'm gonna let you off with a warning. Oh, they compliment the combo. Thanks, it's stolen. Okay, yeah, see, that's scary. Okay, good. They know better than to attack, because I can untap this by sacrificing it, return it to the battlefield. And that will double block Gary, both die, and then more counters. I guess let's get in. Are you going to defile? I expect not. I think they're just in chump block mode. Full, complete chump block mode. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still stupid. I still try to do things at instant speed on damage step. We'll play Rendclaw Trow. And a Carrion Feeder. Let's... I think I want to put a counter on Ivy League Denizen. We'll play another Carrion Feeder. GG. I am fully prepared to do double infinite. Oh, it's a Crypt Rats. Excuse-moi. I have to do something nasty. Okay, we're almost there. Just hang in there, guys. Oh wait, no, we were done. We were done. We passed it. Okay. Oh, and they only have 3. Sure. Okay. That's right. You jump with that Crypt Rats. Okay. We'll attack with everyone. I'm gonna hold this guy back. Chumpy, chumpy. Okay. I'm wondering if I should, in response, they only have 6 mana. When they go to pop the Crypt Rats, for whatever amount that they do it for, I can put counters from these. I can sacrifice these guys. When they re-enter the battlefield, choose this. Or I can actually just let them survive. You know, that works. That works. They'll come back, is the thing. I'm not at risk of dying from Gary. We'll put the forest to the bottom. We'll put you on top. Okay. And we can get this guy back? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we want. All right. At their end step, we Grim Harvest. Get Wirewood Herald back. Put Wirewood Herald back on the battlefield. Yes, that's right. Use sideboard control. Not again. You're not doing that again. It's our time to shine. We get one over on you. Maybe against... Oh, they give up. They give up. All right. All right, we'll play one game. We'll play one game. We'll play just one more. Just one more. Hi. Well, tapped land, Chainer's Edict, Cycle land. Lands do stuff. What I'm really hoping for is an untapped land. We'll keep. I think we're fine with the land heavy hands. I think we're okay with it. Mono black control. Jungle Hollow. That is a land. It is untapped. Depends how desperate we get for this Rendclaw Trow. I don't expect particularly so. Uh, Bum Jogo. I'm just gonna casually Google that. Let's find out what that means. English translation, sure. Sign in blood. Can you target me? No? Okay. Oh, nice game. Or another translation is good game. They're like, you lose. Good game. Little do you know, sir, you've made the mistake. We'll pass the turn like this. Glad that we have some lands for this Chainers. That's nice. We just need Carrion Feeder. Okay, Chittering Rats. Is there anything in my hand that I don't really like or want to get rid of? I think Bajuka Bog I don't really care for much. I think I should let this resolve. Take Bajuka Bog, shuffle Bajuka Bog away. Yeah. Or actually, we'll cycle this Baron this Ash Barons first. I'll keep the Bajuka Bog. We'll take one forest. We will get rid of this Tranquil Thicket. Wirewood Herald. Sure, that's a card. We can play that card. I like that card. Bajuka Bog. Okay, cool. We untap. We have some cards. We can play a Wirewood Herald. Or we can Chainer's Edict. I don't think we need to Chainer's yet. I think we'll Wirewood Herald, or no, we can Rend Clawtrow. They're probably going to be more conservative with their life total, so it will probably get in, unblocked. We can Chainers and Wirewood Herald later. Maybe it was correct to play Bajuka Bog, keep the untapped land for later to make sure Ivy Lane Denizen can come down at the right time. Yeah, that might have been better. We are getting our game 2 in against Mono Black Control, so this is fine. Oh, okay. Guess verdict, sure. Dies. That's okay. We can reset it. By playing Ivy League Denizen into Wirewood Herald. Not gonna block. No, that's good. You got it. If you'd like to defile this, I'm okay with a 2-for-1, I think. Oh, the witches. End step. That is annoying. It is very annoying. I think I want a Chainer's Edict. Real quick. Hope that they sacrifice this. They might not. They might just sacrifice this. Probably will. Because at this point, this is just a 2-2. This actually does stuff. Yep. Okay. And then we can play Bajuka Bog. We'll target you. Okay. How's that stupid witch? I think I should just get in with this. They might use its tap ability. Shoot it. I can shoot them. But if I attack, they might not block, and then I can get 1 damage out of it. Or a -1/-1 counter. Sure. We'll attack. We'll just attack. Okay. And then they're going to tap it next turn, deal it a damage. And then I get to deal them another damage. I think I'll have to play Ivy League Denizen out first next turn. And then the turn following, Wireward Herald, put a +1/+1 counter on the... Yeah, and another green creature. Okay, Pestilence. That is rough. I don't like that. No Pestilence. Alright, they pass the turn. Sure. If they pop that Pestilence, I do get to Echoing Decay the Witch, and then the Pestilence goes away. Yeah. Seems great. We're gonna attack. Okay. Can't activate the Pestilence yet. I just hope that they don't Gary yet. That would be unfortunate. Now, the thing is, I really want to play Ivy Lane Denizen. But then that might tempt them to blow up the world. And say, screw the Pestilence. Just blow it all up. Or they might Gary. I'm in a tough spot. Because if I play this, play Wireward Herald, and then Viscera Seer, then I get to find, for sure, Carrion Feeder. And continue the combo. And I also get another card out of this. I might want to play Wireward Herald into it. Purposefully. We'll just go ahead and play Wireward Herald out. This game could go long. Having an actual kill spell might be good. Okay. You know, thin the deck, get closer to land, get a spell that we actually want from Wireward Herald. Okay, Pestilence. Sure. Okay, and we would like to use that ability, yes. Get a Wireward Herald. We could get Wireward Herald. We also could get Entourage of Tress. Oh, but we can't play it yet. That's utter garbage. We could get Safehold Elite. God, I think I might actually really want to just go for the combo. Yeah, we'll get the Safehold Elite. There's so many options. We could go for the combo. We could just, you know, grind them out with the Monarchy. Well, they have little to no creatures. Alright, you want to attack. I don't want you to attack. They need another creature in hand. You have Phyrexian Rager, okay. Swamp, yes, that is something that we want. I think I want to play out the Safehold Elite and untap, play the Ivy League Denizen. Alright, sure. We'll pass the turn like this. We have one Rendclaw Trial, one Wireward Herald. We could use Grim Harvest. Go get something. Duress. Ooh. Um. Actually, no, I can recover it. Yeah, no, they only take the Grim Harvest. Sure. That's fine. Take the Grim Harvest. I'll get back the Grim Harvest. I wish it would show this eyeball as the cards that are known, not just the cards revealed. Like, it would just say, oh yeah, in their hand, because you used Gitaxian Probe, it shows Gary, Swamp, Second Pestilence, whatnot. Gary? Gary. Gurmag Angler. It's a Gangler. They don't. Second Grim Harvest. I think we just play Ivy League Denizen. Viserys here. Actually, we can play Viserys here in a second, can't we? Dang it. What I'm really hoping for is that I can untap with this Viserys here and then combo off and find Carrion Feeder, put it on top, leave it on top, draw, go to our draw step, draw the Carrion Feeder. But unfortunately, I don't know if I can. They might literally just kill it just to kill it. However, I can combo off in response to them doing it. I'll play the Viserys here. We're not going to attack. No need to throw a 2/2 into a 5/5. Look at that massive gob. Okay, I'd like to close this other web browser. Go. All right. All right. I'm ready for your play. You use that one pestilence. Sure. Sacrifice this one. They're going to pass priority back after they see all the stuff. We'll move that stack up just a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's right. They can activate it a second time. Well, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, all right. I'm going to sacrifice there. As soon as I get priority back, I'm going to sacrifice the Viserys here. Scry again. This one. Yes. I'm glad that they asked me to sacrifice it. Asked me if I really wanted to sacrifice it to itself. Because sometimes you can accidentally double click. Sure. One. Alright, the only thing left on board is Gurmag Angler. No. Yeah, I'd like to scry. Snuff out. Put you to the bottom. Snuff out seems like it has to come out. No. Okay. Putrid Leech. Not quite what I'm looking for. I'll put you to the bottom. Damage is going to be dealt to everything. Oh, they think... Oh, no. That, They just dealt an extra damage to everything for reason. No. They thought that its ability, as it resolves, I get to choose the, thing. You know, we'll leave that on top. I think I'd like, land here to fuel Grim Harvest. Okay, I'm at 8. They can just polish me off from there. That sucks. Alright, I misplayed. I should have tried to combo off on my turn. Find the Carrion Feeder. I wasn't expecting Pestilence to ever come down. Untap, I got 4 mana. We can play... we can go get... With Grim Harvest. Go get, Viscera Seer. Play Viscera Seer. No, that doesn't block. Yeah, I think they might have us. Actually, yeah, no, they have us. I don't think that we can untap, play, or draw anything except for the one Tragic Slip in our deck to get rid of the Gurmag Angler to beat this. Could get Wirewood Herald. Actually, yeah. Go get Wirewood Herald. Play the Wirewood Herald. Let the Grim Harvest go. Because we can get Blight's Ending. Oh, no, wait, no, they still untap. They can then get us for 4 down to 1, attack with Gurmag. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Game done. Game done. I enjoy the combo. I enjoyed it more the first game. It was much more fun the first time around. You know, I did misplay the second game. They could activate Pestilence repeatedly in response. For some reason, in my mind, it's just like, oh, it's a sorcery. For some reason. Yeah, I just didn't think about it. That was my bad. So for existing under a Pestilence, I think what the deck would have to do would have to be just wait for them to tap out and then do it. I should have probably not showed Viscera Seer, or if I did, then immediately use the combo. And they would see the combo then. They would probably wrath everything away. Carrion Feeder would have been left on top. I would have had the 1 Grim Harvest. I could have probably played that a little bit better. Like, I probably should have passed the turn. They wouldn't have known. It would have been passed back to us. We could have then used Viscera Seer. Play Viscera Seer. We would have 5 mana. We would have 5 mana total available to us. Minus the 1 for Viscera Seer. Play the Viscera Seer combo with sacking the safe hold elite a bunch of times, putting Carrion Feeder on top. Carrion Feeder. No, they would have wrapped the board then. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't know what was in their hand. It's a tiny issue. Didn't know what was in their hand. Too bad though. The Blight's Ending could have gotten us out of that one if I prioritized getting the Wirewood Herald back and then letting it die. I probably should have chose that first. Yeah, when Wirewood Herald first died, I should have probably not chosen Safe Hold Elite. Probably should have gotten Blight's Ending. So that way, a lot of times under a Pestilence, a lot of people only have 1 or 2 creatures out. And I had just gotten rid of 1. I could have prioritized getting the other removal spell and then killed the Phyrexian Rager. Phyrexian Rager's gone. Pestilence is gone. They don't have anything left. And then, like, Pestilence would have been gone. And a lot of the mono black control decks, when they do play Pestilence, they play, like, 1 of, and sometimes another in the side. So that was a way that we could have gotten out of it. But I didn't. For next time, though, For next time, it would be good. A good value card might have been just getting a Sylvan Ranger. Or if you already have Ivy League Denizen down, and you're not looking to combo off for whatever reason, you could just use Wirewood Herald to go get another Wirewood Herald. To just keep putting counters on stuff with Ivy League Denizen. Like if you have the Safehold Elite with a persist counter on it, then, well, a -1/-1 counter, then you can use the Wirewood Herald, have another one enter the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on the Safehold Elite, put in the +1/+1 counter on it, resets it, it gets rid of the -1/-1, and then you can combo off from there if you have one of the sack outlets. What would be sweet is maybe a high market in here or something, or another some kind of like sacrifice land. Okay, so there are officially no lands in Pauper that sacrifice creatures. That is unfortunate. That is a very big downside. But there's always a chance. Norton, get out of here. There's always a chance that something from Legacy or in a Commander Precon might get like shifted down or something. There's always a chance that we could get like a nice little toy here or there. Oh yeah, and if you're to sideboard against Mono Black Control, I recommend obviously taking out these Snuff Outs. Because Doomblade does nothing against Mono Black Control. They're black creatures. I'd probably recommend putting in these Reaping the Graves. Yeah, probably the Reaping the Graves. I would still maintain that you should probably have the Crypt Rats here. Because remember, the Crypt Rats is like a Wrath spell. You don't have to pop it the second that you have it. You can wait, you can bide your time. You can make it so that way they have to play cards into it. Or you can, have the board state stall out for a long time, at which point you have better and better chances of finding the cards that you need to slowly grind out your opponent and get advantage over time. Because, like, the longer the game goes, the closer that you get to Carrion Feeder, Safehold Elite, or Ren Clawtrow and Ivy League Denizen and assembling the combo, you might want the Crypt Rats. They do have a lot of 2/2s, and they do have some creatures like Gary that might be worth wrathing away. We do have some black mana to support it. I'd probably would only board in 2 against Mono Black Control, because you don't want to be the only one without a Crypt Rats, right? You don't want to be the only one without a Crypt Rats. Otherwise, we have probably this gang, maybe just the Rat Gang, as like a way to sneak it in. They're only playing the one Geth's Verdict in the main right now in Mono Black Control, so you could probably sneak in the gang pretty easily, in between duresses and whatnot. A lot of them are using their life literally just to bide time while they build up a devotion count for Gary. So Safehold Elite and Ren Clawtrow and some of these smaller creatures do get in unblocked, and they don't. Well, maybe not this one. Maybe not this one in particular. Don't look at this one as an example here. Look at something else. Yeah, some of these other creatures will probably get in because they don't want to trade a creature or trump a creature for nothing. They know that they can get a lot of their life back. I do still want the 2 Snuff Outs. I like the Viserys here. I like the addition of the Viserys here. It didn't work in that instance because Pestilence ruined our plans. I don't think this combo works super great under Pestilence. You just have to wait for them to tap out. However, I think we do have ways to get out from Pestilence. Probably, yeah, we could probably use the Chainer's Edict. The Chainer's Edict is one of the ways to help get you out from underneath it. Because it does get rid of big creatures. Let me know what you would like to see in the comments down below next time. Now, name some spells, crack some clues, meddle with some mages, and come in for that face touch.